Okay, right on time. So we'll wait for people to come in. If you're watching on YouTube, just scrub ahead until you see fun stuff start happening and people coming in. I'll set up my other computer while I wait. Hopefully notifications go out quickly. And today we're going to have fun with postage. I'll show real postage and then we'll make some and talk about the swap. Hi, Rachel. All right. First one's here. Hit the thumbs up. Hey, Dabbler. So, yeah, just another day in paradise around here. It's actually pretty cool and nice, so that's good. We've been having some brutal heat going on. So it's nice today. Got up and it was just barely 70 degrees, so that's perfect for August in Oklahoma, which is usually a blast furnace this time of year. So I'm a lucky dog. All right, and you guys, this is going to be fairly interactive today because I'm going to ask for your input on the swap. So be thinking about these questions. Do we want to do miniature art like this? Or do we want to do something like ATC size with the theme just postage? Or, I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. But the thing I'm thinking, and Dee Dee kind of agrees. Hi, Devin. You do whatever works for you, Devin. I'm good either way. So yeah, be thinking about those because a lot of people, I'm sure, are uncomfortable working, say, this small. Because this is only, I'll get out a ruler. Dee Dee had your rulers out today. I was so happy. See, this one is like 1.5 inches across, just one of them. But I've also by about a little over an inch, so that's pretty small to work with. But I'm gonna use some rubber stamps to make some today. So hi, Dee Dee. Hi, Dorothy. Yeah. Some people just may not be comfortable working that small, so I think we have to consider that. That maybe ATC size, and you can do multiple on the ATC. Let's see, 2.5 by 3.5. Yeah. Okay, these that are sitting here, they are on sticky back paper. These I made years and years ago. I just pulled these out as some examples of using rubber stamps. But I'm not sure that that's good, necessary. Because all of us have glue sticks, right? Yeah, I love Dee Dee's stream this morning too. So I like when she shows her art because some of it, I mean, it, like Julie reminds us frequently that it's been like 11 years, and it's amazing what we've watched over all those years. Hey, Lena. So, yeah, you guys be thinking about it because I don't really have a preference, and I want anybody who participates in the swap to enjoy doing it. Yeah, so y'all be thinking about it, and I'll just give people a little bit more time. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. That one from your living room should be an art print. Yeah, I agree, Rachel. Actually, I said that was a piece of Dee Dee's art that I had never seen. I guess she just didn't want to take it off the wall. I wouldn't take the art off my wall because I'd have to dust it and clean it first. But But yeah, that was gorgeous. And I'm partial to graphite anyway, so that that graphite with just the minimal color I thought was just gorgeous. So, well, Rachel, you'd have to do the same thing probably. If you yanked a picture off your wall, could you just take it and show it in front of a camera? I'm pretty sure I couldn't. Even though I do try and remember to do that. So anyway, last week when I was showing all the art books, I'll just put these aside. And I couldn't find, I was looking for, I did an original postage stamp Monkey Island post. I couldn't find it, and I know it's somewhere. I wish I would put things where I will find them. Hi, Barb. Hope I haven't missed anybody coming in. So, anyway, yeah, so I had showed this World of Donald Evans. Now, all of his work, I'm sure he just, well, no, because they're all a little bit different, produced one and then reproduced it. And I think for the swap, I'm going to be okay with that. If you want to just produce one and then reproduce it on a copier or something like that, I'd probably be okay with that. I'm not big on rules. You remember him from Stamping Magazine. Oh, Stamping Magazine. Donald Evans? Did I just bang my camera? Everything seems all wacky to me. But anyway. Hi, Diana. So yeah, anybody who does, you know, like Nick Bantock or anything like that, miniature postage, I just find so freaking intriguing. And I have actually, through the years, collected stamps. Not a serious stamp collector. I just collected. Hey, Amy. I hope you liked your sandwich. You little cheater bug. But some years ago, we were doing another stream on stamps and postage, not just like, not rubber stamps, but postage. And somebody, a viewer who did not attend streams but watched all the videos, wrote me this letter. Where is it? She said, I'm very excited to send you this album. I did not collect them myself. Neither did my Uncle Jim. Just kidding. She found it in a laundry room. She lives in an apartment building, and people leave stuff like books, DVDs, and it's a free-to-take corner. I think somebody was spring cleaning big time. I don't know much about stamps, and I really feel like this album deserves you. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or not, but I think she meant that I deserve it, but that just cracks me up every time I read it. I made few photocopies of pages so I can use in my junk journal. I'm never in Ustream, but I always watch you on YouTube. Love your humor, and watching you arting through OCD gives me huge satisfaction. I wonder how many people actually feel that. You poor thing. Hi, Joan. Anybody else I missed coming in? You don't even know, so thank you. I enjoy how you craft so neatly and always use a ruler and careful cutting. It's real craft porn. This girl, like, she so gets me. Hope you have a wonderful trip and look forward to many awesome videos. And her name is Sung-Hae Bayan? I don't know. But anyway, it's amazing that you're streaming and you don't know the people that are out watching you, right? And she saw this, thought of me, and gave it to me. And whoever this Jim guy is, it has his name in here somewhere, and I've left it pretty much intact the way he had it. He had done quite a bit of stamp collecting. So I kept this totally intact. There was a baggie of postage that had fallen out, and then I added this page. But then I thought, you know what? I don't want to go back and alter this. I like it just the way it is. But yeah, I love this. And I love that it was sent to me from a viewer, right? Hi, Ashley. So yeah, sometimes little things just make your day, your whole week, you know, that somebody would see this and go, oh, I'm going to mail that, you know. So if you still watch, Sunghae, thank you. I've thanked you before, but I'll thank you again. This just makes me happy. And there's dates in here from like 1970, you know, like somebody obviously really loved this journal. And it's a mess, but I don't care. I love it. I'm glad I have it. And I have kept, throughout my life, I had a stamp collecting book like that one I just showed, but I ended up taking it apart because I don't know what. Just sometimes I do crazy stuff like that. See all this postage? This might have been out of hit that. But anyway, this is all the stuff that I've just collected. Some of it from you guys, some of it, yeah, who knows where. But I just collected up, and then someday I'll just get in the mood to put it in the book, right? But this is my postage stamp collection. So I'll just show it because look at how awesome it is. And this particular album that I had, it's not working very well, goes back as early as 1847. So I've collected quite a bit, and I've bought them any number of places out of those things you buy at Hobby Lobby. Very orderly and straight. What a surprise. Isn't that true? What a surprise. I'll go ahead and try and... The glare probably is just going to be the glare. But anyway, yeah. So I kept those pages up until 1993. So it's just a whole book. And this is primarily United States postage, and then there were some pages in the back for international postage. But I've never been like a real stamp collector. Rachel, go pound sand. There's one in here that's crooked. There's going to be a whole lot that are crooked because then I just got kind of lazy and just started slapping them in here because I didn't have the organized pages. So I just started slapping them in. So I'm kind of a postage nut to begin with. And then these are the ones that you buy the first date of issue. And I only buy those are the ones that I really, really love. Like the comic strips, Marilyn Monroe, obviously, Graceland and Elvis Presley. I've been to his mansion. I was amazed how small it was. Yeah, I love the Marilyn ones too. And these I should just get out. I don't know why I kept a whole sheet of the teddy bear one, 37 cents, but, and then the Disney ones. So, I mean, when you do the math, there's probably quite a bit of money tied up here, don't you think? Batman. So, like the ones that are really kind of iconic, I go ahead and keep. There's another Elvis one. Harry Potter. Paul Newman. Have they ever done a Sean Connery? We need to look into that. Did you like the Green Shag Jungle Room the best? Well, it actually is like a picture in time, Devin. It's just like, what happened to Rachel? Did Rachel go to pound sand? So yeah. And then years and years and years ago, I mean, honestly, I don't even remember how many years ago. Well, the date will be in the book. This one's huge, so I gotta... I'll open it to a particular page and I won't flip through it just to show you guys. Years and years ago for my nephew, started collecting, and I need to send this to him. I really do, because it was coming to my house, and then I quit collecting. Yeah, I've never seen Sean ones either. But this was like a service you could buy, the first date of issue, for a young kid, and he had to be really young when I started this. It was 1990. Yeah, 1990. And you got the first date of issue, and it had the, what did they call it? Oh, the little gold replica. So I have multiple books of this. So if you don't think I'm a freaking nut, and I don't even know if he wants this anymore, but I used to keep it just to be adding to it all the time, right? But it really needs to go to him. And I don't know if these things, you know, because it's got his address, and he doesn't live there anymore, so it doesn't matter. I don't know if collectors would still collect this, even though it's got his name on it, you know? I don't know. I don't know if it's valuable. It's just for him. Let's see if we can do a rubbing, because Miss Devon asked. I imagine we can. This is like a strap of onion skin, so we'll see how well it will work. I would imagine the not well enough that you can really see it. Nope, not really. That was a good idea though, Devin. Still at work. Sherry, quit following her around. On Mondays, that's what I feel like. Like we all just follow each other around. But that's a good thing. Mondays are always happy for me. So anyway, yeah, I've been interested in stampage for a long time. I think the artwork is amazing. Yeah, so I didn't even know if you guys knew that stuff like this was even a thing, you know? Maybe I wish I had the money back. Oh, that's great for my shoulder. And then I did the same thing for him on the 50th anniversary of the Columbus explorations, where they did, and this one's just really, really historical, but you get all the old stamps. I'm sure these are replicas of, maybe they're not, I don't really know. And at the time that I did them, it didn't cost that much, you know? So someone said, I can never get you on Monday. You're taking art classes. Yeah, aren't these cool? So if you think this is something I've just dreamed up in the last few years, it's not true. I've done this maybe all my life. I don't know. I need to pick these up. I don't know if the binder's getting trashed out. And then another thing I meant to tell you guys is there are stamp companies online, right, where you can order stamps. Mystic Stamp Company is one that I've used for years and years and years. But I mean, if you like stamps in your art to use for collage or whatever, these catalogs are great. All you probably have to do is give them your email address and get on their mailing list, and they will go ahead and send you catalogs periodically, so that if, you know, you're looking for a particular stamp, say a birth year or something like that, you can see all the stamps that were available that year and how much they're going to cost you to get them. So these are, again, just like the U.S. philatelic. They're free. So these come out quarterly. These, I don't remember if they come out annually or biannually. But so you can at least see what all is available out there. Not that I want y'all to become stamp collectors unless you want to, but there's stuff that you can use in your glue books or your collages or whatever. So there are resources out there that are free, and you should use them. What's this one? I just pulled out everything. Okay, here's just another. I think somebody sent me this. It's just another stamp album that I've never used up. I should use it, right? Yeah, Hobby Lobby and bookstores. And then, of course, you've got to have the complete guide to stamps and stamp collecting. And this, to me, is just fun to read. In the United States, there is a committee that you can submit your artwork to have your art considered to be a U.S. postage stamp. So there are certain requirements, but you can submit artwork anytime to be a United States post office or postage stamp. I think that would be awesome. And in fact, I think one of my sons actually did submit art once. I don't think it was chosen, but he did submit some art. And you do not have to submit it in the size of the actual stamp, because all of this artwork is obviously larger that has been reduced. Oh, no, you would not, Devin. You don't get anything other than recognition. They do not pay for it. Hi, Janice. So there's tons of resources out there, you guys, if you're interested. So I have tons of it. This is not even a fraction of what I have, which is typical. So I want to come up with some rules for the swap, and I'll just put these back out here so you have something to look at for the meantime. So those of you, first of all, how many of you think you would participate? Before I get all crazy, how many of you think you would participate? They do here too, Rachel. Sometimes there are contests and they give you a theme to work with. Like a lot of the love stamps that you've seen, and that's one that they will, it's a recurring theme, and there's certain ones, only certain things that they'll do that for. But yeah, there are lots of requirements if you go read about it. Okay, so Ashley's going to do it, Rachel's going to do it, Cheryl's going to do it, Devin's going to do it. Okay, because I just feel like if we got about 10 people, that would be good. Some of the requirements on postage is a denomination, a country, usually some sort of textual element, and then shape and size, right? Tambit would do it. Okay, I think we've got enough people that we could get pretty good participation, don't you think? I wish this dang camera would be straight. Okay, Dorothy would do it. Okay, so it'll be the same as, I'm making it worse for Pete's sake. What the heck? It would be the same as always, that we have to come up with a number to swap. And what we, on the ATCs, what did we do? Yeah, philatelic, that's stamp collector. That's all that means. I hope you guys are enjoying the ride. And what did we do the last time? You submitted 6 and got 5 in return, but because some people did multiples, you ended up getting 7 in return. Right, Rachel? Do you think this isn't making me a nervous freaking wreck right now? So I don't know. What do you guys think would be a good number? I would try. You enjoyed the yeah, of course, Diana. Yeah, give it a try. Because it's always fun to get the artwork back. All right, what is not straight? Is it the camera or is, I don't know. It's making me nervous. I know that. Betty Boop. Betty Boop was my mother's favorite. So I have tons and tons of Betty Boop rubber stamps because my mother loved Betty Boop. Okay, little sister Cheryl is saying 4. Oh my, runs to a corner. Are they sending you to the corner, Dee Dee? This really is annoying me right now. Let's see if that fixed it. Because the way you have to turn it is backwards from what it looks like on the camera, I think. And then size. Okay. It does have to have a country of origin, but that does not necessarily mean that the country has to be real. You can make it up. If you want to do your town, your city, your state, whatever, it isn't that off. Okay, so it's just me, Dee Dee? You think my head's screwed on straight or not straight? So we have to come up with a size. Do you guys want to do ATC size? The finished size has to be ATC. But I wouldn't have a problem if you did like 4 up on an ATC. Twinchy size. Is Twinchy 2 inches by 1 inch? You think it is me? Okay, well that's good. If it's me, I'm good with that. This is how I go through life. So if you want to feel sorry for me, I'm good with that too. All right, Janice Johnson is saying 2 by 2 is a Twinchy. Because I know working small is going to be difficult for some people. So, and I don't want you to have to run out and get copies made or something like that. I think that's asking way too much. Now, people may choose to do that. That's entirely up to you. But I don't want to put that requirement on that. Two by 2. Let's see how big 2 by 2 is. The thing I was thinking about size, yeah, an inchy is 1 by 1. 2 by 2, that's a decent size. Or should I just say you make them whatever size, that they have to be smaller than an ATC? You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to put too much requirements on here, right? So let's just say ATC size or smaller. And the reason is because a lot of people like to store their swap art in baseball card sleeves. Smaller than a bread box. There you go. You're new to this? I'm going over your head? Okay. That's what Dee Dee just said. Make them whatever size. But they can't be larger than an ATC. So an ATC is 2.5 by 3.5. So they have to be no larger than 2.5 by 3.5. They can be smaller. So if you want to work miniature, more like real postage stamp, I'm cool with that too, because that's probably what I'm going to do. Or I'm going to do multiple up on an ATC size. Okay? ATC or smaller is going to be the size requirement. And you can use whatever you want. It can be rubber stamps, it can be collage, it can be hand-drawn. You get to decide. And I don't really want to put a theme on it because I want to see what you guys come up with. I think I know what mine is, because the minute I thought of it, it was just like, I know what one I want to do. Well, I have 2 ideas. And so maybe I'll do some of each. Please show an example. Okay, this would be an example. of what we're doing. Say we're going to submit 4. They can be all the same or all different. Now these are all Mickey Mouse, obviously. But you'd have to submit 4 of those, or 4 this size. But I think I'm actually going to freestyle, and that's it. I think I'm going to make the number to swap 5. And other than that, you get to decide. But it must have, okay, it must have denomination, meaning some dollar amount, whether it's 5 cents, whether it's $5, doesn't matter. Hi, Kathleen. But in order to be postage, it must have a denomination and it must have a location. Location of origin. Send 5, get 4 back. Yes, send 5, get 4 back. And you must include a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you're international and can't do the international postage, I'll pick up the international. But even if you're international, you must send a self-addressed envelope, because if we get a fair amount of participation, I'm not going to sit here for a whole day and address envelopes. I'm just not that nice. And y'all should know that, and that should not even be a surprise. Okay, so we got it. ATC or smaller, it must have a dollar amount, and it must have a location. And you're making it up, Cheryl. Yeah, this is entirely from scratch. I'm going to do some today, just so you guys can see. Yeah, you make it up. Anybody have any questions? Do it now while I'm paying attention, because I'm probably not going to pay attention much longer. I'll give you guys time to do that. And then this weekend, yesterday, I went ahead and put out a prompt list for August Zentangle patterns. If you guys want to do them, it's on my IG. Just look up Janet Young. But do not follow the Janet Young that has an underscore at the end of the name, because that is a hacked account. Ask now, I will ignore you shortly. Most of them do, Tambit. Yeah, most stamps have a location of origin, which you don't have to put your town. Like, you can make it up. It can be from Transylvania. I don't care. Crooked Customs, yeah. So anyway, if you want to do the Zentangle prompts, the list is on my IG. And then, just because I haven't caught you guys up lately, my little journal that has a little sock monkey paper clip. Thank you, Dee Dee Willingham. He lives there. And I have to say, he's really happy there. He hasn't complained once since I put him there. You could make them from Fibsville. Yeah, see, this, it's more an exercise in using your imagination, but still having some parameters to work with. And the cool thing is, you get to see and receive other people's work. Hi, Brandy. And Sherry, I don't think I said hi when you came in. I saw you come in. I was yakking, I guess. So anyway, the book is getting almost done. I think I only have like 7 pages left. So I'll just flip through quick. I don't remember where I left off. Let me pull you guys down so you can see them better. So you can see the cracks in my hands. I know, isn't that sock monkey paperclip just like the best thing ever? He just makes me happy every time I pull this out. So here, let's just flip through quick. Most of these are from the prompt lists in the past, or just ones that I particularly like. And all those are still on my IG. Or you can also search hashtag Zentangle with Janet, and you'll see everybody's work and the list. Hey APG Jamie, faux stamp swap 545, ATC size or smaller, must contain a country name, made up or real, value amount, self-addressed stamp, medium of choice, freestyle rubber stamps are okay. And yeah, they don't all have to be the same. But the thing is, you send in 5, you get 4 back. If we want to change that amount, y'all have to speak up now. So I'm getting where I really, really, really love this little book. And I'm thinking on one of the other journals that I saved, I'm going to do actually a postage stamp one too. The one thing about working in this book that I have to say is this binding makes it really hard. Are you going to play with this, ABG Jamie? You got the rules really good. And just doing one a day or a couple a day doesn't take up too much time. And look how quickly a book fills up. I mean, it just doesn't take much time at all. I don't know why I love this one so much. Yeah, I'm loving this little book. And this is where I think this month's prompts list starts. I love this little hugs one. It's 2 months time due. That's right. They're due to me by October 1st, and then I will do the swap. Yeah, because I figured 2 months gives everybody enough time. If you're international, allow at least 3 weeks. And if the customs people open it, man, I'm sorry. Thanks, Rachel. So, yep, this is the little book. Some of them I got pretty messy, I have to say, but that's okay. So if you like any of these patterns, look on the list, because I think they're mostly all on the list. This one was really fun. I really like that one. And that's it. And then the back section, I just put, I just started saving little dangles. So all the dangle things that I like are all in one place, so I don't have to think them up over and over and over again, right? Thanks, Ashley. Yeah, so these are all just little dangles that when I do dangle art, I have them all in one little place. So it's a fun little doodle book. I had to tear a page out. So, yeah. So I'm almost done with it. Probably by next week, it'll be all done. It'll be full. And I'll have to start another one. So thanks for the journal, Dee Dee. And thanks for the little sock monkey guy. He's just special. Okay, I got to put my divider sheet back in so that I keep ink from getting on other pages. It's hard being me, just saying. It's a great little book. I love it so much. All right, I think that's all I had to show you guys. So, let's do an ATC size card. Now I have rubber stamps that have the borders already. You can use these or you don't have to. I also have, where did I put it? Okay, here. Like on these where you see the, it's hard to see. Let's see if I have some black paper here. All right, where you can see that the edges have the notches. I have the scissors that will cut those. So, it's tough, Rachel, but somebody has to do it. Yeah, so these are done with these decorative edge scissors. I would have never bought these, but my mother had them, so I ended up with a pair. You have a postage punch. Okay, see, so a lot of us have this stuff to use, so maybe it's cool that we're doing it so we can actually use it. Oh, cool, Diana. So, yeah, let's do an ATC size one. And I'm going to use rubber stamps. So we'll do an ATC size one. And of course, in my world, you have to have a border because that's what life is about. Straight edges to work with. So I'm going to draw the border a 1/4 inch in and make it 1/16 inch. Oh, my card's not the right. Oh, my card's a 1/2 of a 1/16 inch off. So now we're doing the actual art. I'm going to use rubber stamps on this one. I don't know. I may end up drawing something. Who knows? I think you get to decide. That's the cool thing. But I think the ones that I swap out, they actually will be miniature. More like real postage stamps, right? Ruler. That is Janet's ruler. Measure the ant farm. I use all different kinds of rulers for all different kinds of stuff. I don't know what makes me decide that that's the ruler that I'm going to use for any particular thing, but I definitely have favorite rulers for favorite things. And don't ask me. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Because I don't know. That yellow ruler, honestly, that's a type size gauge. So if you're actually producing art for reproduction, you can gauge type sizes. And I did actually use that in a real life job because I can't imagine who would put up with me for any length of time, but I did have a real job in the real world. And I never got fired, which is even more remarkable. And I mean, you could start out with pattern paper even. Like, you don't have to start with just a white ATC card, okay? This is really about getting creative. You could actually do Dee Dee's idea inspiration homework. Recreating ancient art or something. I mean, there's so many things. Isn't that true, Jamie? Seriously, look how tiny it measures. Well, it measures down to, I think, 4-point type. Yeah, 4-point type. And most people couldn't even read 4-point type. I mean, like when they say read the small print, that's 4-point type. I'm going to try my plastic nib micron. It's been being a PETA lately. I just went outside the line. Do you know how that bothers me, you guys? Oh. But I have a fix for it, so no worries. Hey, Dee Dee. Rachel and I were talking in your chat this morning. What is your new lab experiment looking like? We need an update. We need to see it. So on Wednesday, would you mind showing it for me? Hey, CB. Hi, ARH. Go back and listen from the beginning. Yeah, in the beginning of the stream, we talked about postage, and I showed some more postage because I'm a freak that way, and about doing a postage swap. So I'll repeat the swap. I almost said swamp. I'll repeat the swamp rules. I just said swamp. God. Oh my God. Swap rules. I will wash it just for you two. Oh, no, no, no. Don't wash it. We want to see it in its natural state. I want to see if it's as bad as the other one yet. Because I think we may have made a bet a couple weeks ago when you showed it. I was given it 24 hours to look exactly like the one before it. Not that I don't have a lot of faith in you, Dee Dee. I gave it 24 hours. I'm going to have to order some more plastic nibs. This one is just about giving up the goat. Okay, ARH is going to join and play with us. I love that. And if you've never done a swap before, you guys, don't be intimidated, okay? That's the one cool thing about being a part of this fib community. I think we all recognize, this is bullshit, I can't do that, sorry, I'm cussing. I think we all recognize that we're all at a different place in this journey. I'm getting out a new one, that's what I'm doing. And we're not going to judge anything harshly. So there's no reason not to participate with us. Oh, I just thought of another idea. Hang on, gotta write it down. Dee Dee would be disappointed in me if I didn't. I've got to write down another idea I just had. All right, gotta save that idea. If you saw all the ideas I have written down, oh, you'd say, girl, you don't have enough time in your life. And I'd say, you know what, you're right. So then you have to prioritize. But that one that I just thought of, that I think it would be fun. And I think you guys would get a kick out of it. Write it down. Dee Dee, honestly, I think I hear that in my dreams. Write it down. Write it down. But I still don't have paper by my bed because I don't wake up long enough to actually write something down when I'm sleeping. I wake up long enough to steal the covers back. That's pretty much what I do. And I don't know, Dee Dee, you didn't see it in your stream this morning, but when you were showing your art and you showed Brad's boots, I love that painting so much. And I can't believe that's your one and only watercolor. But a couple weeks ago, you inspired me. Hang on, I'm getting my phone out to show you guys. I hear don't email me. Exactly, exactly. Let me get to my photos. Now I haven't fixed this photo, Dee Dee, okay? So don't start yelling at me. Because I can't show Dee Dee a photo without her yelling at me. Did you lighten it? Did you crop it? Did you get it better in focus? Anyway, it's going to be hard for you guys to see. But the other day I went out in the breezeway and laying on the table was Robert's work gloves. And if you know Robert Vaughn, this is so Robert Vaughn. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to paint Robert's work gloves just like Dee Dee painted Brad's boots. Because this is so Robert Vaughn. I'm not kidding you. Paint it. Exactly, right, Dee Dee? So I did take the picture. I mean, you think I just go brain dead when I'm not hanging out with you guys? I don't. I really don't. I'm thinking all the time. But wouldn't that be fun? Robert's work gloves. And I didn't position them. He just threw them on the table, and when I walked out, it was just like, oh, I'm going to have to paint that. That's so good. Because they're leather, so there's smooth texture, but he's worked so much in them that they've got rough parts, they're dirty, they're, you know, parts of them that obviously don't touch the dirt are still clean. They're so Robert. And it will be a huge challenge as much as anything. And I've still got to do that owl painting that Scooby-Doo liked. So much to do, so little time. That's all I can say. I can't imagine ever in my life, and I don't think I ever have said, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. How can somebody be bored? There's so much to do. Okay, I got the border. Where did I go? I went out of line right here. So here's how you fix that. There's your straight edge. Yeah, baby. I want to paint it, Robert Vaughn. Okay. So, on this one, what do I want to do? I think, see, I didn't plan this. I just figured I'm going to wing it. Just thinking. Once I said I'm bored to my mom. I was so tired by the end of that day, I never ever said it again in your life. See, that's probably what would have happened in my world. My mom would have said, well, we'll fix that. You don't have to worry about being bored around here. Okay, I see a stamp up there that I'd like to use, so I'm going to go grab it. Just because it's too dang cute for words. And yes, I have to dust it because it sits out all the time. It's a Mary Engelbright stamp, and I think it should. Alright, yeah, we'll do that. Yes, sirree, Bob, had to dust it. I need to get up there and dust, obviously. No, what I need to do is hire somebody to come and do it for me. I really have no interest in doing that. And it hasn't been used for a while, so I'm going to stamp it first off on something. Creative art, there you go. And I'm not sure if it's going to make a good image, but we're going to, oh, perfect image. So this one's going to be real colorful. Oops, picked up the paper with it. That'll work. Not exactly centered, but that's what you get. Okay, and on this one, and this is what I want you guys to do. Try and, everyone, I had to get some weeding. Now you can play and watch. Hi, Kathy Arbor. Saving dog hair. Oh, you want to hear something? This is what a creep I am. I don't mind admitting it out loud. I had the cat forever, right? And so you have to accommodate cat hair because you just have to. And I got pretty good at that. Okay, I'm going to just draw on this. That in the background of the watering can, let's draw a sunflower. Anyway, when you have the cat, you get used to the, now I could have gotten out a flower stamp and done this too, but I'm just going to draw it and see how well I do. You get used to the cat hair. So when Roxy passed away, one of the things that I was not unhappy about was that I didn't have to deal with the cat hair anymore, right? And in the mornings, I go out in my breezeway and sit and drink my coffee and read news on the computer, whatever, okay? Well, my neighbor next door, now I'm not sure how I want to do this. This may not be the best way. Oh well. My neighbor, who's a terribly bored guy, has figured out that I like doing that. And he's decided to bring his dog over and come visit with me in the mornings when I'm drinking my coffee. The other day, and I'm usually have socks on my feet, and the other day I walked in and I had this wad of hair on my feet that I left on the carpet, and I thought, man, I haven't had to put up with this since Roxy died, you know, just pet hair. And it's nice. I like not dealing with pet hair. But his dog must shed so bad out in my breezeway, and it's a tile floor, so it just sits there, right? My socks come and sweep up the whole damn floor. I was just like, next time I see him, I'm gonna like run in the house because I don't want his dog hair in my house. You know what? I'm gonna change that. Yeah, so that's what a pain in the butt I am. Because this should be, like, at this point I should start having... But it's funny that I really felt that, like, ugh, this is baloney. That is a delicate situation, isn't it? Because it's just like, I like the dog. I do love the dog. And the dog loves Robert Vaughn. Like, loves Robert Vaughn. But yeah, it's just like... I'm just not that nice a person, apparently. I need to have places, when you're planning this, keep in mind places where you're going to put your denomination and your location. I think I'm going to do location down here and denomination up here. Okay? Okay. There's a hidden something on every stamp, like the value is the number of petals on the flower. You can find a character of Biden in the watering can. True fact. Really, Joan? Or Rachel? I didn't know that. Will there be a polka dot background? Well, if I'd have thought this out, Dee Dee, you know what I would have done? I would have done a checkerboard border, right? Can't see what I'm doing? Well, it's hard, but now that I've got kind of the sketch, I'm going to go ahead and draw it. Let me find the 01. I think I like that nib the best. And I'm just doing this to kind of show you guys how you can do it. You can do your own. You can use rubber stamps. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Am I going to use colored pencils? Am I going to use markers? Keep in mind, I'm just making this up. I'm not looking at any art or anything like that. So if it doesn't look like what you think it should, oh well. Yeah, I was just sketching out. This paper is just a little bit heavier cardstock. Useless facts with Rachel. I love useless facts. Are you kidding me? All right, we got ourselves a sketch of a great big sunflower. You want a new coloring book? There's thousands out there. I don't know how long this coloring craze has been around, but I'm sure glad it came about because I think it brought a whole bunch of new people into the community. So, yeah, if coloring did nothing else, that's a good thing. Little Shop of Horrors flower, you think? I'm kind of thinking I'm going to use, just for expediency, the Crayola. The paper is not conducive to watercolors, so I think I'm going to use Crayola Super Tips, and probably for the smaller things I'll use flares. For easy, quick coloring, I use the Papermate Flare a lot. And I have a lot of them, because everybody should. And hi to anybody I might have missed when you came in. So yeah, let's just start coloring and then we'll decide what we're going to do with the background. Obviously, a sunflower is basic color. And I need to open a new container of Super Tips because some of mine are getting pretty gnarly. And I use micron pens so I can safely color on this. Without the ink bleeding. So if you're going to draw yourself, keep in mind some products. And see, this probably, because the surface is slick, I'm still getting a little bit of bleeding. But yeah, keep that in mind when you're drawing. You got to think ahead a little bit. And I'll add detail with either Prismacolor pencils, probably Prismacolor. We did hear that this morning at Dee Dee's stream that it's National Coloring Book Day. That's a good thing. This is almost like coloring in a color book. I'm not a color book person. I don't know why. I told Devin at Dee Dee's this morning, what was it? Bennett Klein's coloring books. I think I have all of them. I've never colored in them, ever. I love the art though. Like, I have a lot of color books, but it's mostly because I love the art. And I didn't even know Dee Dee had turned her peace sloth into a coloring book page. The girl's keeping secrets from me. Some of these colors are just too weird. Probably when you watch me color, you'll say, well, no wonder you don't color. Looks like a kindergartner did it. I color the pages and then use them in your mixed media stuff. Yeah, I like when Dee Dee does that too. But I don't know why. Sitting coloring in a coloring book makes me nervous. I don't know why. I really thought, and when I bought my first ones, I honestly thought that it was something I would really, really enjoy. Turned out I did like a couple of pages, and I was not having it. Okay, I don't know if you saw off camera here, I colored off a little bit of the light blue because I want this bird to be primarily just a really, really light blue. And I know the color that comes out of the marker is too dark, so keep that in mind. And I'm going to do the same thing with pink. Might be too light a pink. Nope, perfect. So you can get really nice pastel colors with your super tip and a water brush. Here's how I keep my super tips. Dee Dee has a great big build on her wall. I throw mine in a tub, and even when they quit writing, I put them back in there. So I can annoy myself later. You need a trip to... I know, Dee Dee, and I actually thought tomorrow when we go to Joplin, when Robert goes into the doctor's office, that I might just run over to Walmart. I'm not a huge fan, but I think I might. And I'm going to color my watering can just like Mary Engelbright because I can't do better than she does. So, yeah, I thought I might run over there because it's either that or sit in the parking lot or go to Tuesday morning. I haven't been to Tuesday morning in, oh my gosh, I bet it's been 6 months or longer. And I've been staying out because I know I'll find something in there that I probably want. And I don't need anything. It would just be buying to be buying something. So, yeah. So I haven't gone into Tuesday morning. I'll go back at Christmas time when they have my candy in there. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not going into Tuesday morning if I can help it. But I might run over to Walmart because I do want to find those half composition books that Dee Dee showed. I wouldn't mind having some of those because I just like the size and they're very cool looking. But yeah, I've been staying out of Walmart too. Because I don't need anything. That's the thing. I don't need anything. Listen to Rachel. She knows what she's talking about. Don't use me as your normal standard because you're already off the charts. Okay. Just getting a base down. Your Tuesday morning clothes. Yeah, I know. I think a lot of them did. And I think the lockdown, the ones that were marginal, yeah, I think you're going to see those belly up too. I just don't see how they can make it. I don't see how they can make it. Because everything I've ever bought at a Tuesday morning was more often than not impulse, except for when I go in, when I know they have my Christmas candy in there. Otherwise, everything I think I've ever purchased at a Tuesday morning was just impulse. I never chose it as the go-to store for something you need. And I think Amazon is undoing that, because if I need something, it's like I know right now I need it. So I go on Amazon, I look for it, and then I might do some price comparison shopping on the computer. But I never think, oh, well, I'll run into Tuesday morning and get that. I've never in my life done that. But if you like impulse shopping, Tuesday morning is a great place. Another store I don't think is going to make it, and I hate it. I mean, I think we need to support businesses, because when we don't have stores to go into, we're not going to be happy. But another store that I think is probably on the edge right now is Joann's. And I hate that because there aren't many fabric stores out there left. And fabric is not something you can buy really on Amazon. I've never looked, but I'm guessing that to choose it and feel it and everything. But I just don't see how places like Joann's can stay in business. And so I just feel like that's a store that we're not going to see around much longer. And when they're gone, we're going to miss them. At least the older people are going to miss them. Maybe young people just won't even care. Would a young person even go into a fabric store or a craft store? I don't know. You just went to Joann's yesterday? Yeah, see, I like Joann's. But unlike you, Kathleen, certain things I want to buy in person. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to touch it. And I just don't think online shopping satisfies that. But I think we're going to have to get more and more used to it, because I think more and more places just aren't going to be able to make it, especially if they keep this lockdown stuff going. I hate to say it, but it's true. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? All right, this is a lighter green. Let's do this one. This is tiny, tiny, tiny coloring, you guys. But I'll fix it with colored pencils, so. I remember when Walmart used to have a pretty, actually large selection of fabrics. And my Walmart, they took them out, all the Walmarts at one point, and then I guess there was so much backlash from rural communities that they did put them back in some of the stores, but mine has almost none. I mean, it's one short little aisle. And not many notions or supplies left. So maybe people just don't shop anymore. Hell, I don't know. Or sew anymore like they used to. I think it's cheaper to buy from clothes made in Asian countries than it is to make your own now. Trying to think what I want to do with the background. I want kind of a light background because I've got to add some lettering on it, right? So see, Boo sews all the time. Is she the exception or the rule, Dee Dee? I know Boo loves to sew, but I can promise you $100 that neither one of my granddaughters sew. I think if you gave them a needle and thread, they'd look at you like, when did you lose your mind? I'm pretty sure that would be the response. Like, if you think I'm doing that, you're really cuckoo. That is so not happening. But they do other things, you know, horses and so. But yeah, Boo is like fashionista girl. She's adorable. I know enough sewing to repair my clothes. Anything beyond that? When I was in high school, I sewed, I don't want to say quite a bit, but yeah, I sewed. And believe it or not, my dad is the one who taught me to sew. I'm pretty sure my mother couldn't sew, even to put a button back on. If we had clothes to repair as kids, I'm sure my dad did it. My mother did not. But his parents owned a dry cleaning shop where they did alterations and stuff like that. So my dad learned there. Boo's gravitating toward her own business. I think if she ever wants to truly be happy, that would probably be the best thing for her to do, in my opinion. I think if I had it to do over again, honestly, when I was in college, I used some of my savings to buy a printing press, and I started a printing company with the guy I was dating at the time. Well, we were living together. And I think if I had to do it over again, I kind of wish that I had done my own printing business and never gone to work for somebody else. Who knows whether, well, we made really good money in the print shop. So yeah, I don't know. If I was a young person today, I think I would seriously consider that. Yeah. So tiny. I miss these little tiny places. All right, now we're going to get out the colored pencils. Yep, all the base is done, so you're welcome, Cheryl. It's kind of really chill. I'm actually enjoying doing this. Totally chill. We'll think up a good location. Let's do the dark brown first. See if this will show up. I don't know if it'll show up on camera for you guys, but it's showing up on the original, so that's all I got to worry about. Just putting some texture into the brown. Hey Dee Dee, this is a pencil extender, and when your pencils get this big, you need to get yourself one, okay? Just saying. Some days she's coloring with this little tiny thing. It's like, dude, they make pencil extenders. Get yourself one. And I know you have them. So what I need to say is use it. You have 3 of them. Did you just buy them to look at? Just curious. Just a question. Don't get your panties in a wad. Just curious. Because some days I'm like, Dee Dee, get out a pencil extender. Maybe. Dark green, dark green. Need some dark green. Don't like that pencil extender. I swear I've tried every kind of pencil extender, and some of them honestly work better than others. Throw away the ones you don't like. It's almost too small to use a blender on. But I'm going to try on that blue. Just smooth it out. Just a little. Aren't we lucky to have such cool supplies? I swear. I hardly ever get in my cool supplies that I just don't feel like I'm the luckiest person that I get to have all this cool stuff. And that I get to be home and use it all the time. I saw I'm not sure what. I guess I was watching Jordan Peterson talk about gratitude the other day. And you know, of all the things that I'm thankful for in this world, and there's a lot, believe me, I think being grateful is one of the things I'm probably most grateful for, that I'm not a person. And he was talking about how some people just don't have it in them to feel grateful. I'm just glad that it's so easy for me. Like, a pencil makes me the happiest person alive. Just having a cool pencil should make your day awesome. Not to mention all the cool journals, the cool pens, colored pencil. I mean, just how could you not be a grateful person when we're so lucky to have all this stuff? Clean water, like any little thing you can think of. We're so lucky. Alright, that's probably a lot of detail, you know? You know what I mean? Now let's turn it into postage. What do I want to do with the background first of all? Let me think about it. Do I want to keep it all the same color? Do I want to put like green at the bottom, blue at the top, make it like grass and sky? Yep. If you don't do anything else today, find something, anything to be grateful for. I promise you, your whole day and your whole week will be better. I just been to Michael's and picked up some more. I don't think I ever saw Joy. Oh, Rachel. See, truly, it's the little things. The little things in life. I think my next favorite thing would be somebody to come in and clean for me. Oh, I didn't put that away. Oh, well. Just trying to decide. I think I will use, you know what? I'm going to use some just because, for expediency more than anything. Where did I put them? Oh, I came across the Crayola watercolor pencils first. I'll use them. I'm just going to put a real light background on. And if you watch this stream where I use these to do an entire picture, there is nothing wrong with these, I promise you. And I'll use a water brush so I don't get the paper really saturated. So I'll still be able to write on it without feathering and that sort of stuff. So it's probably a good solution. Oh, gotta move this over here so I can read. If they did, they might not put your ruler back straight. Letting other people come in and use my stuff, yeah. No, I'm actually a pretty good sharing person because I know they're going to go home sooner or later and I'll be able to fix it. I've always let the grandkids use my stuff. Depending on their age, not always the artist grade supplies, but I actually have always let the grandkids use my stuff, especially my stamps. Like, if you ask the older grandkids something they remember from their childhood, coming to my house was they loved playing with the stamps. That was just, they loved that. And I've never used these on this paper because it's not garbage cardstock, but it's next to garbage. So, all right, and I'm going to transition up to a darker blue. I want something in the background, but I don't want it, yeah, I don't want to do like a polka dot background or something because it would start distracting, I think. New ink cartridges. New ink cartridges for what? Fountain pen? Okay. If we don't like this, it's going to be so light, and in the background, we won't even have to deal with it. Where did I put my... Okay. Boo asked her teacher once, when given Elmer's glue, where's my... Exactly. Exactly, Dee Dee. Where's the cool supplies? I don't want this garbage. Actually, the watercolors are working pretty good on this paper. I like it. That was my nephew, John. God, he was a cute kid. Oh my God, he was so adorable. You could just eat him. And I don't know, he was probably, I'm going to say about 5 years old. And he couldn't say his L's, and he didn't like it if you teased him about not being able to say his L's. But one day he told me, he said, I'm the yuckiest guy in the whole world. He was a little grateful. I'm the yuckiest guy in the whole world. I said, did you say, you mean you're the luckiest guy? And he'd get real frustrated with me and he'd say, I said yucky, I'm yucky, I'm the yuckiest guy. It was just, he was so cute. You could literally eat him. He's the yuckiest guy. And I think that day was actually, he was feeling especially lucky because I'd taken him to, I don't know, one of the drugstores in California. Rite Aid or one of them. Anyway. And they could buy pretty much whatever they wanted, right? What did he get? He got himself macaroni and cheese. And he was so happy. He got like 3 boxes of macaroni and cheese. Now, I know my brother fed them macaroni and cheese, but that's how much he loved macaroni and cheese. That he was the yuckiest guy in the whole world. And he loved lemonade. What do you want, John? Lemonade. You always wanted lemonade. Okay, so there we have some basic art. Come on, focus, you freak. Taking a break. A precocious child. I will talk about the swap again. Well, in fact, I'll do it right now while I'm thinking. If I can think and talk at the same time, usually I can. Okay. The theme of the swap is postage, so whatever you submit has to be postage replication, right? There's a little sample for you. You're going to make 5, send in 5 to me with a self-addressed stamped envelope. You'll get 4 back. The size is ATC card or smaller. So if you want to do miniature pieces of art, do miniature pieces of art. If you want to do an ATC card size postage, do postage size. The only requirements is that it have a denomination, meaning some sort of value. It could be half a cent, I don't care. Or it could be $50, doesn't matter. Just has to have a denomination and a location. Okay? And don't forget your self-addressed stamped envelope. You'll send in 5, get 4 back. Is that okay with you guys? Does that answer every question you've got? Okay, I'm going to hit this with a heat gun. Come on, focus, you freak. Jewish, Christian, Muslim. You could do that too if you want. Are you going to play with a CD? Hey, Terry. What did they do? October 1st. That's something else I need to put on the... Okay, they've got to be to me by October 1st. I don't know what day of the month that is. But October 1st, and I will swap them out and turn around and get them back out to you. Okay? When you're putting postage on your self-addressed stamped envelope, it shouldn't be a big deal because we're not going to end up with postage. I mean, you can do whatever you want, really. There's no rules. But we're not going to end up with dimensional postage, probably. You must have, Terry. But yeah. It's a Friday. Do you just know that, Dee Dee? Like, are you just autistic that way, or savant? You're calendar savant? I'm going to write on this next. That's why I want it really, really dry. Okay, so if October 1st is a Friday, I will swap them out over the weekend and get them to the post office the following Tuesday. So don't put it off until the last minute. All right, I don't want the ink spreading. All right. Well, if you drop your pencil crayon, she can tell you how many are on the floor. I suspect that, Rachel. Okay, so what do we want the denomination to be? It should be priceless. Alright, I'm going to use those in a minute. I've got pencil shavings out here. That annoys me. What did I do with my little pencil guy? There he is. I just can't believe how quick I can lose things. Just putting things away. It's starting to get a little unnerving in here, so just bear with me for a minute. All right. Um, $3.54. How did you come up with that? You want to do it forever? 2 cents. Here's my 2 cents worth. I think Dee Dee's in a good mood today. I think she missed us last Wednesday. We're going to do forever. All right. Let's put... Okay, and I'm going to use this pen for my lettering just because I love these hybrid Technica pens by Pentel. This is the 0.3 millimeter. Do I have a post office box? No, that's another thing, is you're going to have to get my address. Thank you for saying that. Hi, Joannica. Email me and I will send you my address. Most of you probably already have it. All right, let me see if I can type. Oh, my chat at Dee Dee's this morning was wacky. Oops, I misspelled my name. Ignore that first email. Proofread before hit enter. All right, we're going to use forever on here. Anyway, yeah, ignore that first one. And I'll just use one of my handmade lettering guides. These are easy to make if you want to just get some somewhat rigid plastic and cut the openings. That's how easy it is. Okay, we're going to use forever because that's what CB wants. Yeah, don't forget the period after the M, for sure. Just so, and I will try and be better. In fact, I'll write myself a note right now to check my email. For the next few days, I will be checking my email regularly. I'm bad at email. Some of you know that. But I will try and be better about checking my email. Hi, Sharon. You will need a ruler to make that. We always have typoitis. Are you kidding? The cool thing about us is we read it just fine. I'm just going to go ahead and put USA as the location. So I've met the requirements now, right? The only thing it absolutely has to have is a location and a denomination to turn it into a postage stamp. Now, because I haven't used my ruler for about 15 minutes, I'm going to give myself a straight line here. And I'm going to cut it out, turn it into postage. Because I know you guys only come here to watch me use my ruler. Dee Dee would just pick it up and hack into that bad boy. You know she would. She would just pick it up and just start scissoring away at it. I can't do that, okay? Can't do it. How long does it take? to take that extra 30 seconds and make yourself a straight line. It's just not even hard. But you know, Dee Dee would have just done that. All right, where's my Coolio scissors that my mother inherited me? And just because we can, where's my block? Gotta erase the line that I just drew. We're going to go ahead and cancel it right there. There we go. That makes it officially postage, right? Now, if I wanted, just so that the edges would stand out, I could, well, you know what else I could do? Hello. We'll go ahead and make the edges stand out. I'll just ink them. Thanks, Dabbler. I always love a good inked edge. I need to get some new dabbers for sure. These are all getting pretty ratty. And that one's black. So this one turned out cool because I like it because it's got a rubber stamp on it. It's got some hand drawing. I got to use supplies that I don't use. I mean, I can't even think about how long it's been since the last time I used that rubber stamp. Any of them, the cancellation or the flower pot. And it's Mary Englebright. Who doesn't love some Mary Englebright anything? Here we go. Oh, do we sign the back? Yes, Jamie. I would recommend. I do try whenever I do any giveaway to check that your name or something is on the back. So you know who it is. So yeah, let me go ahead and put that on the list of things that when I talk about the giveaway in the next couple weeks, sign the back. Sign your work. It's just a good idea to do that anyway. Sign and date it. So we'll just go ahead. Gosh, and it's 8:21 already. Yeah, where is time going? where did I get the writing guide thing? Joannica, you can buy them. There are tools like this that are lettering guides, but in my opinion, they charge way too much for these. So what I would recommend is, you know, the acetate that packaging comes in? Hi, Kimberly. You can use the acetate. You know the, the cutting mats that you can get at Dollar Tree. They are sturdy enough. The only thing about them is don't get your line width real long because it will tend to give. So make them a little bit smaller. This is just acetate. I put tape on the outside because these edges can be pretty sharp. And then this one actually is too long. So I just put the tape in the middle so that it makes it rigid enough that when I'm pushing against it, it doesn't move. Okay? So just make your own. And you can have this opening as big or as little as you want. I generally use the smallest one is 1/8, and when you cut it, it ends up a little bit smaller, but I don't care. And then I do 3/8. Let me measure here. Yeah, no, that one is 1/8. The other one is 3/16. So 3/16, 1/8, 3/16, and then 1/4. And that's going to satisfy almost all of your lettering needs. But then if you really want, you can get bigger ones too. Just saying. So yeah, jump in and make your own. Carol, Sunset Carol, I haven't seen her around in forever, but that girl is flippin' genius. She designed this one, which to me, I've got tape all over it, but it's freaking genius because, and you have to use the tape when you're using it, but because she did it, and let me get a black piece of paper, hopefully you'll be able to see. With the slanted cut like this, and it's the exact same angle on both sides. So this, when you pull it apart, the amount of space for the lettering is infinite. Infinite. Well, I care, Rachel, but I don't care about what you do. Shut up, Sharon. Anyway, when Sunset Carol sent me this, I was just like, girl, you are genius. It is fiendishly clever, right? She came up with stuff like this all the time. So this one, now when you get it to the size that you want it, you do have to tape it or somehow keep it in its position. But because we all have massive amounts of washi tape, why not use it, right? But yeah, this is flippin' genius. I promise you that. And it sits here at my side all the time. I introduced you to your first ruler. That's not true, Sharon. Sunset Carol is a smart lady, right? I miss her. Yep, she was kind of a character. And smart as hell. All right, we got some time left. So there's one of the postage, and the next one we're actually going to do on label paper, because I have bunches of label paper from when I used to work. I'll try and find one without a logo. I actually even have gummed paper, you know, that you'd have to lick wet in the back to put on there. Because believe it or not, some companies still use gum back paper. Unisource, Wichita, Kansas. My contact there was such a character too. He was funny as hell. All right, let's find a piece of label paper that does not have a logo. We've got to have one in here. This one, the computer generated, did not have logos. So, but you can buy label paper anywhere. I'm just using stuff that I saved from the trash back when I printed. So let's use an actual label back paper. I'm going to stamp both sizes of my stamp background. And I'm sure you can still buy these stamps. Where do you even get stamps now? Order them? You used Unisource? Okay. Every form that you ever filled out at Unisource, or any piece of paper that, oh, that's not working good. Any piece of paper that you used that had a Unisource logo, and even your trash and trinkets, I sold to you. That's funny as hell. I'm going to have to, when your stamps, this is old as hell, when your stamps get where they won't make a good image, I take a fine emery board and go over them. Let's see if the smaller one will work. I'm going to have to get out a bigger block. That's funny. I could give you a list of companies that if you work for them, chances are you use something that I designed. But I designed all of Unisource. All Coors Brewing Company, Coors Ceramic, all the Coors companies, which there were 12 of. You guys probably don't realize that there were 12 Coors companies. Now I'll just use my... I have a bunch of red rubber that I either removed off of their blocks or I bought them not mounted. So they're not as easy to use as the acrylics for sure. But who cares? And I don't put a cushion on them. Lots of NCR in the 90s and 20s. Yep. I retired in 2000. No, I retired in 97. There you go. Let me try and recondition this one real quick. I don't know if it's going to work because I actually do like this stamp. When your red stamps get older, that's not all that uncommon. That they'll get a hard surface. And if it doesn't work, I'll throw it away and go order a new one. And it doesn't have to stamp perfectly. I can fix it up myself. But you can almost see there's like a finish on it or something. All right, let's see if I accomplished anything with that little thing. Okay, bye, Dee Dee. Go have a great afternoon. If I think of something fun that I have to tell you, I'll call. I had Dee Dee withdraw this last week. All right, that worked a little bit better. I need to emery board it some more, but I won't make you guys suffer through that. But I need to work on that stamp. That was actually my mother's. All right, let's do this. Because I got this stamp out because I like it. The stamp pad I'm using is a Ranger Archival. So if it's thoroughly dry, when I go to color on top of it or whatever, it should not run at all, ever. All right, this should... Oops. Sticky paper. Okay, there we go. I even got that one halfway centered good, but I'm just going to have to clean it up, which is fine. I don't mind. Because if I'm sitting here arting, I can sit here in Zentangle all day. And then tell Robert, I don't feel like cooking. Go get us a Sammy. And I didn't get out a ruler. I'll get out the ruler later to straighten it up. But just because I'm a smart aleck, I know that comes as a surprise to some of you. I like these stamps. See, by using that stamp, I saved you guys the agony of watching me draw that border again. Kimberly, you came in late. Did you hear we're doing a postage swap? I don't know if you want to participate or not, but you've got 2 months to submit 5 and get 4 back. And just because I know I'm going to get the question coming up, if you want to contribute more than one, submit 2 entries, but make them different. Okay? Shock and awe. Secret ruler using. I have been using a ruler. I have. And I always darken my black. If it's not good and black, I blacken it. I don't like black that is purple or gray. I need to get a new re-inker for my Ranger Archival. I'll do the lettering later. This one came out not too terrible bad. All right, dry good. So yeah, if you need my address, email me. Most of you should have it. All right, let me think what I have. I'm going to use colored pencil for the skin tone because I'd have to get out more stuff. Well, wait a minute. I've got the super tips still out, so I'll just use them. Hopefully this, Now this is not glossy paper. It's matte, but this ink might act a little different on it. So let me see, because I'm going to try and get skin tone. Now I'm doing this just because I only have like less than an hour left, so we're just going to do these two quickly. And the reason I watered it down was because I knew if I used it directly from the pen, it would have been too dark. Okay, the stamp pad didn't spread on this paper, so lucky me. Five different images on our stamps. Cheryl, it doesn't matter. You can do 5 all the same, or you can do 5 different. It's entirely up to you. Nobody's gonna say anything. But if you're gonna submit, say 10 and get 8 back, the 2 sets of 5 should be different, because if I end up with too much of all the same design, if we don't have enough participants, it would create problems for me. Yes, exactly. CB just said it in better words because she's better with words than I am, apparently. All right. So watch me. I'm going to draw lines and do a checkerboard and not use a ruler, you guys. Now this is going to make me nervous, but I don't care. It probably will turn out just fine either way. I'm just asking to begging to crush that nib. Begging, I tell ya. Oh, you know what? Maybe I could get by using the 2. I thought I had it out. Yeah, this one, oh, that's kind of crushed. Don't want to do that. Okay. I was going to try and do something fast, but it's okay. Well, this one will work. Let's try this. No, that's, oh well. We're going to do it anyway. I'll clean up the edges. This was pretty brilliant, right? To do a checkerboard with just the width of the nib. Sometimes I really even surprise myself. All right, what color do we want the back of the background on him? Flat top. Checkerboard, see, I think so too, Mindy. I think that's part of the reason I love Mary Engelbright's art is because she uses it so frequently, and I love good checkerboard. There is nothing wrong with a good checkerboard. Let's do an ombre, orange to yellow. What do you think on Crybaby Boy? I'm trying to keep the backgrounds light intentionally because I've got to write on top of it, right? It's kind of like you got to decide what the important parts are. And in the case of postage, I think the lettering. All right, we'll go down into red. This paper's actually taken the watercolor pretty well, surprisingly. And on this one, while that one's drying, we'll do this one. What do we want to do? Green to blue. Ooh, that's going to be way dark. I don't know if you guys use your super tips like this, but this is really one of my favorite ways to use them because you have an endless amount of colors when you do it this way. And usually they should dry lighter than they appear on your paper, so let that one dry. I'm going to have to hit it with a heat gun. It's still a little bit wet. All right, heat gun. It doesn't take very long. All right, where is maybe my 08? That's the problem with having too much pens. Like, you're always looking for the one that's not laying right in front of you. What the hell? Oh well, I'll just use this one. Oh. I don't know why I like these Smart Alex stamps, but I do. All right. Get out our little lettering guide. Straightening up my checkerboard a little bit here. That was still brilliant. All right, on this one, where did I put my little tiny lettering guide? I lose stuff faster than anybody I know. All right, I'll just use the eraser shield. Another thing for really, really small lettering. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of my face. Anyway, another thing that I use for really small lettering is, this is actually an eraser shield. And I put tape on the back just to lift it up off the paper, the width of a masking tape, so that when I'm writing, the ink doesn't slide underneath it. That works perfectly. You can get these at Hobby Lobby for $1 or something. But then you can get little tiny lettering spaces. Plus, it doubles as an eraser shield. So, there's that. But I'm going to use this one. To write. Okay, this is Crybaby Post, and it's free. See, this is the stuff that just cracks me up when I do this. I'll end up probably cutting this one out and putting it in the Beast, just because it cracks me up. Crybaby Post. Everybody I know. This one is actually probably a self-portrait, and I hope I know how to... Let me double check if I know how to spell this. I am weird, CB. Are you kidding? I'm going to look up. Because nothing makes me madder than if I don't know how to spell something.
You're still drawing?
Yep, streaming away. That one's Juvenile Delinquent Post.
The what?
Oh, I'm talking to...
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. You can stay and play with us if you want.
Huh?
You can stay and play if you want.
Get out and walk around a little bit. Stir around.
And then I just chose $5 to put on there. So those don't exactly meet the requirements, but there you go. Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
The ladies are saying hi.
Do what?
The ladies are saying hi.
Hi, girls.
Now go walk around and get all sweaty because you haven't been sweaty in at least an hour. So there you go. This one, I'm not going to draw the border. I think I'm going to cut it out. Another thing is, I don't know if you noticed, like on these, they have the shiny surface. If you want to do that as part of your postage design, get yourself out your packing tape. If it's, oh, where is mine? It's probably underneath a whole bunch. Yeah, nah, 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 nah. That would be me most of the time to everybody I know. Here we go. It's in a different tear off thing. So now it has a shiny surface, right? Make sure you're done writing or fixing or whatever before you put your packing tape on, or you're screwed. All right. Yeah, I do want it off. I was going to say, could I fold it under, but I'm not going to. I don't like that, but that's okay. Good. And this one I'm just going to cut out using regular scissors since it's got the little designs on it. I'll just cut it real close. So there you go. I just made 3 postages in almost 0 time. So I hope you guys will participate in the swap. Don't feel the least bit self-conscious or anything about your art. You can use collage, you can draw, you can use rubber stamps. It doesn't matter. So if you've never done one before, I would highly recommend doing one because they're fun. They're really fun. Yeah, it's just fun to get stuff back in the mail. So, sorry. Where's the other one that I did today? Now this one, if I wanted to cover this in packing tape, you'd almost have to have a seam in it because packing tape is what, 2 inches wide? So this one I probably wouldn't, because you can never get a seam on packing tape correctly. But you can go buy laminate sheets if you wanted to do that. So that's available. Is that a marker tip on the water brush you were using? Yeah, no, it's just a brush tip that is so old that I've had to give it haircuts so it looks... You could never buy this because this is so old, it's had too much haircuts. I do have a new one. Don't feel bad for me. Look, see, I have a good one, but for whatever reason, I like this one best. It is my favorite. Glossy accents would also work, except that, yeah, you'd have to sit and let it dry forever. So there you go. If you can't do postage, there's something wrong with you. Any questions about the swap before I scram-a-llama out of here and start cleaning up this big-ass mess? Check my email. I gotta be checking my email. Speak up now or forever hold your peace. You know what I mean? Okay, so you guys got it? You can always email me. What about clear embossing powder? Just got here. I suppose you could, Kathy. I don't know. When I think of stuff like that, I always think about the mess involved. I like the non-mess of packing tape, but yeah, I would think clear embossing powder would give you a really nice texture. So, do you need to tell? No, you don't need to tell me you want to join. The only reason you need to contact me, don't email me. No, the only reason you need to contact me is if you need my address. There is another swap, Kathy Berg. We're going to do postage. Postage, postage, postage. Let me run over the rules with you real quick. This is some old postage that I just had done before. So, it has to be ATC size. Okay, this would be ATC size or smaller. So if you want to do small postage, you can do that, or you can do a ATC size postage. Submit 5, get 4 back. You can enter multiple times, but they have to be like different designs, right? ATC size or smaller. Let me think. Due October 1st. The only requirements is a postage format with a denomination and a location. And then please sign your work. Have it to me by October 1st. And there's no need to email me if you have my address. I'll just wait and see how many we get. Based on the number that said they were going to play in the beginning, I know we've got at least 10. And that means we'll probably have closer to 20, would be my guess. So I probably will do multiple designs so that I can send one to everybody. So chances are you're going to get 5 back, because I'll make sure everybody gets some art. So yeah, I just did these on stream just to play. So thank you, old weirder one. Love you, CB. Post the email again? Okay. I'll try and spell my name right this time, because that's an important part of the email. Oh my gosh. Okay. Proofread, it's correct. Email me there. That would be great, Dorothy. Just the most important thing is send me a self-addressed stamped envelope so I don't have to sit here and make out a bunch of envelopes. That really helps a lot. It really does. So ATC size or smaller, denomination and location, And it can be rubber stamps, it can be hand drawn, it can be collage. You can do whatever theme you want. It just has to appear like a little piece of postage. So, all right, you guys, I'm done a little bit early, but I've made an absolute freaking mess today that I got to clean up. So, thanks for coming. As always, I appreciate you guys so, so much. Go out and be kind, and I love you guys. So, thanks for playing along. I'll talk to you probably Wednesday at Dee Dee's. All right, see you guys later. Bye.